Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, I am.
Recording is
Okay.
on.
All right, let me give me a second.
Sure.
All right. Okay, let's get started. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted Agus, board member.
Brad McSherry, Board Counsel.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Jay Scoria, Department of License and Inspections.
Megan Flay, the Department of Licenses and Inspections.
Okay. Mrs. Brown, if you're testifying in the case, could you please raise your right hand? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Megan, please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, Megan, could you give us a little history on this this project here?
Mr. Miller, can I read it in first?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. All right, Phil, read it into the record, pal.
Yes, sir. This is case number 1 on today's list. MI 2024-000-043 for the property located at 3015 West Fountain Street. The appellant is Betty Brown and she's present in the room today.
Okay. Meg, you want to tell us a little bit about this issue?
Absolutely. On 8/7 of 23, there was a violation written for an occupied property with a bulged front wall. So if you give me a second, I'll share my screen. You can see, just let me know when you can see it.
Coming up, not yet. We don't see it on.
No, that's not the right one. So just,
Okay.
all right. All right. Having a little bit of connectivity issues today, so just
No problem.
give me a second.
No problem. I always have
All right.
connected issues.
All right, there we go. So just let me know if you can see it. All
We can see
right,
your file folder.
okay. All right. All right, so
We can still only see your file folder.
Still
Only
can't
the-
see it.
you still can't? Oh,
Nope.
No.
it's showing on my end. All right,
You're gonna have to stop your share and then start again.
stop, okay.
I'm gonna make sure you just put the right screen, the pictures.
Yeah, I thought I did. I'm sorry. I did so well yesterday in my first hearing, and then here we are again today. So
Sure.
I'm a learning in process. Or can you see now or no?
Nope.
No?
No.
All right. Well, give me a second and I'll fix
Just
that.
take your time. Take your
Yeah.
time.
All right.
No big deal. We'll get it.
I know. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I was so
Hey.
prepared yesterday. I had everything open, ready to go today, and
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
know.
okay. It's not a big deal. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
If you
good.
don't make mistakes or don't do something, doesn't mean that means you're not working. When you do things and you're trying to get things done, it means you're working. So
Right. Okay. So let's
words of
see.
wisdom.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. All right. I don't even see it on my, there we go. So you tell me if you can see it now.
We're seeing your file folder again.
Right, it's
Right, we
still,
see a house.
okay, so these are basically the pictures of what the house, if you can see them, let me know what the house looks like for the bulged front wall. So
Can
this
you
is,
make them bigger?
I can try, this is how they were,
We're
This is-
not seeing the
Yeah.
actual photo files. We're still just seeing the images in your plan, in your folder.
Do you maybe have, you might have multiple, there might be multiple screens and you might be sharing one of them and not the one with the actual, and not the
Okay.
actual Adobe. So there might be
I-
a way to look at the top and see which screen you're
I
sharing.
only, okay, I'm so sorry.
Do you have the picture open on your computer?
I had it open on my computer and then I closed it, so,
Open
I,
the picture and then go to share screen and click on the picture.
all right. All right. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't worry about it.
Well, I was so, all right. There we
Big
go.
deal.
All right,
Everybody,
now,
Yes,
Yeah,
now
you
we
go.
can
we
see.
can
Okay.
see, yes.
so this
Alright.
is a picture of the side of the property, bulged.
So it's the red brick property, not the yellow brick property.
Right, it's the yellow property right here that is,
Oh, it is the yellow.
yes, that
Okay.
is, that has the bulge front wall. If you can notice right up above here, there is some loosening of the bricks.
Is there
Um,
also a violation on the red brick building, just so we know?
There is, yes, there is an unsafe condition on on the neighboring property, I believe. There is a poster on that door. I'm having a hard time seeing. So I believe it's 3013, so I can look to see if there is a violation on that property.
That would be the house next door?
Yes,
Okay,
Your file says 3018, yet our documents say 3015.
ours says 3015.
Right, but the picture she had up said 3018.
this picture right here
We
is
can't see a
30.
picture right now.
You can't see a picture right now.
No,
Is this, they're showing the side view of the bulged.
But see
in
how
between-
on that picture itself, it says 3018 Fountain Street.
Right, that's how the inspector took the picture. Wherever they're standing, I believe,
Okay.
when they take those
Okay,
photos is the
okay.
address that it puts up. So the property in question is this yellow property right here. They're just taking it from a side view to see the bulge in the wall. So
Okay.
from here, yes, the neighboring property, which I'm gonna say is 3013, does have an unsafe condition on the property.
Okay.
well, Mrs.
Are
Mrs.
there any other
Brown's here
photos?
for 301.
That's it. They only have 3 photos in under the case for this property.
We only saw the one photo.
Only the one? Okay.
Can you click, while you're on that photo, if you bring your cursor to the right in the middle kind of the field, you'll
Here?
get an arrow that will let you advance to the next photo.
Okay. No.
Put
All
your,
right.
put your cursor on the photo. Yeah, right there, that arrow.
Right there?
There you go.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
now
okay.
you
There
can
you
see the next picture.
And then there's only this one here. There's only 3 photos in the packet.
Okay,
All right, I see.
and this is the house that's in question, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And we said there was bricks loose at the top or something? Is that?
Looks like right about here, it looks like there's some starting separation of the brick.
Okay. And this is an unsafe issue. This isn't an imminent danger issue, am I right?
No, this is completely an unsafe issue.
Okay, all right. Do you have any recommendations, Megan?
We are looking for a make safe permit in 60 days to
Okay.
comply with this violation.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else, Meg?
No, that's all I have.
Okay. Mrs. Brown, could you tell us a little bit your side of the story?
Yes, the house that's in question is 3017 next door. So he didn't take the picture the correct way for you to see it. 2 years ago, the 2 years ago, the tenants had to leave out their house because the walls started budging. In
Mrs. Brown, this
August,
yellow
yellow-
house isn't the one?
no, it's the one next door.
Oh, the
By
brick
me.
house.
No,
Yeah,
but
the
3015 is the yellow house that we're hearing the case for. Just to be clear.
There should be another case for 3017. That's a house that's collapsing. Since I'm next to it, it started with me.
Well, they also have a violation.
Yes,
Yeah, but
3017 Fontaine Street does in fact have an unsafe case on it as well.
So,
So you say it does have a case.
Yes,
Okay, okay. And that is the red brick building in the other
Yes.
photo.
yes. So 3017 was issued an unsafe case on the same date as 3015 West Fontaine Street.
Okay, Mrs. Brown, you said that your building was not 3015, right?
My building is 3015 because
Okay.
I'm connected to 3017.
Okay,
So when his
Okay.
started budging, it started interfering with my house. And
okay,
that's the reason why I called L&I for them to come out. They did come out in August and put the sign up. I did get in touch with that landlord, and he said that he was waiting for some kind of um, okay to do something with his house, and he hasn't applied to that, and that's been 6 months ago. So in December, I went back to y'all to put in a second request to see why he hasn't, applied to fix that house.
So as of December 7th of 2023, there is an issued permit to the neighboring property for repairs to this property.
so, for, 07 is the one next door. They're gonna do the repairs first?
I know that as of December 7th, they applied for a make safe permit to comply with their violation. And it looks like it's ready for issue. So they have to pick up their permit and schedule their inspections before they can start working on their property.
Are you able to see what the scope of work is that they're calling for with that permit?
The permit is, yeah.
It's for the replacement of the front exterior wall.
So they're replacing it.
Yep.
What are they doing, Jace? I didn't hear that.
They're replacing the front exterior wall for 3017 Fontaine Street.
Okay, if they do that, will that have any damage on 3015?
Well, what's gonna happen is when they cut that line, it's gonna cut her wall loose.
Right.
So her wall needs to get secured before they do that. I'm looking at Google Images and I can see that the cracks that are currently there that to me indicate a bulge in the wall were there back in 2017. So they've been there for a while.
Okay. So in other words,
Thank you,
Mrs. Brown has to get her portion fixed before the other people start tearing their wall down?
Yeah, I would recommend that.
Mrs.
Amy, is
Brown,
that the
are
kind
you
of thing-
aware of that?
I really actually don't have a clue because, like I said, his wall started budging like I think 4 years ago. He had some people come out, tear the front wall down, and redo it. When they redid it, they didn't do it the correct way. That's why it went back into bulging. So how can I fix my side without interfering with his side, or how can he fix my side without interfering with my side?
So would
Do
it
you
be
live
fixed
here, Miss
both
Betty?
at the same time?
It would be nice if we got it done at the same time.
Miss Betty, do you live in this house?
Yeah, I've been there for
Okay.
45 years.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And have you talked to any contractors about fixing your bulge?
No, I called my insurance company, which is Allstate, and they was talking about some kind of masonry that I had maybe 15,000 for that, and I guess anything after that will be out of pocket. I'm not quite sure.
Have you reached out to PHDC, Miss Brown, to see if
No,
there's any?
I
So
don't
they're
know.
right. So
I
the
don't-
right. You can reach out to PHDC if you live in the property.
Oh, let me get an ink pen.
Megan, what's PHDC?
PHDC is the Philadelphia Housing Development Corporation.
And they help people?
They help
with-
people that have unsafe and many people, but they put unsafe and imminently dangerous violations above anything else. It's an application process. It's based upon, I believe, assistance and how many people live in the home. But if she fills out an application, they may be able to help her.
Okay, what's
Okay,
the
so in
name?
other words, we need to have her house fixed first before we go to the second house?
I can't answer that. I don't
And
know.
I haven't actually seen it, but if they are replacing the wall next door, they're gonna cut a line and they're gonna cut her wall free. Um,
So if
It
they
might-
cut
it
her
might be
wall free and
problematic.
she don't have it fixed, it could come down, right?
Not necessarily come down, but it could move a little bit.
Okay.
You're kind of
So-
releasing something that's stressed.
Amy,
Okay,
is
so
this
the
the
best,
kind of
best
thing
way
that,
of doing it, she takes care of her house first. And then the next door, they take care of their house after that.
Yeah, she's
Eh,
gonna, either she has to hire an engineer or PHDC will help her hire an engineer and they have to evaluate a sequence and how that needs to be done.
Amy, is your sense that this is the kind of thing that could be where her facade could be restrained with star bolts or, you know,
Again, I haven't seen it. I would hope so.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it.
as opposed to a full replacement, which,
Yeah, I
should
don't
be
know why the
restrained,
neighbor's going for a full replacement, which concerns me.
right? Yeah.
The work that's done on 3017 Fontaine Street, they did get adjacent property notification, and they're gonna have an special inspector on site during the project. So if anything happens, they're gonna stop the work anyway. But I would definitely recommend try to get a permit as soon as possible to at least shore the building, so no so the condition doesn't get worse.
So we want Mrs. Brown to do hers first. There's gonna be someone on site to watch out that if they next, in 17 or the next house, doesn't re-damage her house after it's done. Is that what we're talking?
The special inspector is really there for 3017, not for 3015.
Oh, okay, okay.
And but the engineer that's associated with this job, they said they're gonna have special inspectors to perform inspections for both 3015 and 3019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they have that. I can share I'm not gonna share my screen, but they have that as a document that's stamped by Devin Loney.
Right, so in other words, we're looking for Mrs. Brown to get a make safe permit within 60 days. Is
Yes,
that enough time to go to the PD, whatever the initials you said, to get help?
probably not, no. I mean, we would extend it to 90 days as provided that she gives us an update on where she is with the PHDC process.
I'm fine with 90 days.
Okay, Mrs. Brown, are you okay with
Got it.
that?
Well, I'm having heart surgery tomorrow. So once I get out of the hospital, I'll probably be in the house for like 3 to 4 days before, I'm allowed to go, to go out and start doing
Sure,
business.
Yeah, so that's why instead of 60, we'll give you 90 days. And if there's an issue with your help, please contact us.
Correct?
And then we'll look at the situation. But if you can get a make safe permit, don't mean the work has to be done in 90 days. You need the permit within 90 days. Okay, after you contact the PDC.
PHDC.
whatever the initials are.
PHDC.
Philadelphia Housing, PHCD.
Okay.
Okay, and the thing is that where do you now? Will you give her the address of how to get a hold of these people?
Megan?
What address are you looking for?
How did she get in touch with the Philadelphia
PHDC.
Housing so?
PHDC. I can Google the phone number for her.
Okay,
And provide her with that number, and then she can give them a call, and she can contact me with any updates as far as the application process. I don't know what happens once the application is submitted, but as long as she submits it and keeps us updated, we'll keep records of that, and
okay.
Megan,
we'll-
I hate to put you on the spot, but do you have a phone number for you that you can give?
Yes, I'll give you,
Betty?
yes. My phone number is 215-686-2480.
And Miss Brown, her name's Megan.
Megan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now, you said this is PHDC or
Yes.
PHCD?
PHDC.
Okay,
P is in Paul, H is in Harry, D is in David, C is in Cat. They are located at 1234 Market Street
you
on
know what?
the
Go ahead.
17th floor,
17,
and their phone number is 215-448-3000.
448. Now, do I have to call them first or can I go down there?
I
Call first.
I would call first just to
Yeah.
see if maybe they can mail you an application or if there's something that they can help you do over the phone. If not, you can see if you can go in and submit the application in person.
They may be able to send it to her email. I don't know how it works. I just know
Yeah,
they
I
have to
don't,
submit
yeah,
it.
I'm not 100% sure of their procedures.
Right, you have
either.
to submit it, and I would try to do that as soon as possible, because I know they have so much money that they get per
Yeah, it's the
year.
beginning of the year, so you might as well get it quick.
Right, Philadelphia Housing Development Corporation, so.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Right,
I don't know
don't know how much-
how they go about giving you money or anything like that.
I know plenty of
But-
people that have used the service
Yes.
and have, but it takes a long time, the process to do the application, and somebody has to come out and evaluate.
Right.
So I don't know how long the whole thing takes. I
Okay,
just
so
know
if
get the
your
application.
insurance company, I think you said could be allotted $15,000. How much is it to put star bolts in?
They
I
run
don't,
generally in the range, and I'm giving you a loose range, 1,500 each,
Okay, and how many star bolts you think you need there? Two,
maybe 4.
4? So it'd
Again,
be a lot
that's a
easier
very
just to
rough
go through
estimate.
your insurance company, right?
I can reach out to them once I hang up, but I
Okay,
know when I had talked to them over the phone, they just said 15.
uh-huh, yeah. So if you need 4 star bolts and they're 1,500 a piece roughly, you're talking $6,000, instead of 15,000.
But again, an engineer has to evaluate that. And
Right.
probably your
Yes.
insurance company would be willing to send out an engineer to evaluate it.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And Amy, I mean, if the neighboring property work goes ahead first, and the first thing they do is, vertical cut to separate the two properties, is that going to jeopardize her property? If that happens before star bolts are
It could, hopefully
Well-
they will brace her wall or brace it at the property line.
right. Okay.
Mrs. Brown?
Yes.
Did you hear that? If they're working on their house next door to you first, you must insist that they brace your wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing happens to your wall if they're getting theirs done prior to you getting yours done.
Tell them to embrace.
Yeah, to brace the
Brace.
wall when they're gonna cut the house, they're gonna cut apart from you being attached to the house next door. And we don't wanna see that, your home, the front of it come off, so we want them to brace it.
Right,
And
because
insist on it.
it's not occupied. With because the thing I believe was they didn't get UL people to do that work. They got, some people from the shipyard or whatever that did that kind of work. So would you recommend them getting people that's licensed to do
Well,
the
they
work?
must have someone that's licensed in the city of Philadelphia to work on that house next door to you. And it's same as yours.
And the special inspectors will check their license to make sure that they're legit.
Well, that's, I believe that's the department's job to do that. The inspector is just there to monitor the work being done at the property.
But the permit, the permit wouldn't be issued without a licensed
Right.
certified contractor being in place.
Okay. Okay. So my first step is to go to 1234 Market Street.
Or call.
Call
Call
first.
first.
Call
Call
first. I will
I
call
call
first.
first.
Call
And
them
they
now when we
might say
get
to you,
done.
do you have insurance? How much insurance do you have or something like that? And, you know, they might say that to you. I don't know. I don't know
Mm.
that.
I think
But I would
based on
also get in touch
income,
with my
they,
insurance company.
Now,
PHDC is based upon how many people live in the property and income.
right, so
Right.
they cover the costs or some of the cost or all of it, depending on the situation. And depending on how much money they have. So I would, when we're done here today, I would call them first. Since Megan gave you the information, just to get some information too, and then find out what you need to do and get the form. And then call your insurance company. 'Cause I don't know what
Okay.
PhD is
So
gonna ask you.
don't call the insurance company until I go to,
No, I'm not
to
saying
a-
not call them. I'm just saying maybe you should call PHDC first, only
Right.
just to make sure, to get some information because it's the beginning of the new year. I don't know how their funding comes in. So,
okay.
Give that a shot, Miss Brown. And
I
here's
would.
the other thing. If they start work on the house beside you first, before you start yours, you want it braced and you want to make sure that that is a licensed contractor.
Mhm.
Because
And
in
you-
this city, we have a pandemic of people not using licensed contractors. Okay, that's what you got to keep an eye on. All right,
Correct.
because they'll get in there, do something, and they leave, and you can't get a hold of them. So we want to make sure that's a licensed contractor that's doing the work next door of your home. Okay,
Correct.
and who would she call if that work proceeded to let them know to come out there and check on that?
What would happen is once she is issued the permit, her contractor, whether it be PHDC or whomever else, would have to call the IVR phone number to schedule an inspection with the area inspector prior to any work starting.
Yeah, we understand that,
Right.
Meg, but if the work starts on the house next to her,
Mm-hmm.
we want to make sure that that's a licensed contractor, so
They
Mrs.
won't.
Brown don't get screwed.
Right. They won't issue a permit downstairs. It would prohibit the permit from being issued unless there is a valid licensed contractor and
fine.
insured with the city of Philadelphia.
All right, now I'm going to tell you something, Mrs. Brown. If somebody works on your house next door to you, don't trust that they're a licensed contractor. You listening to me?
Yes.
Do not trust it. I'm telling you, because then you're going to be, you know, they'll do something stupid and they'll flee. You seen the articles in the paper last week?
Yeah.
Okay, you seen it, right? Do not trust anyone. If they start the work next door to you first, you get a hold of the city and make sure they come out there to verify that these pieces of garbage are legitimate. You got me?
Right. Is there a
Okay.
number to call the city?
Huh?
Is there a number to call the city?
Yeah, what's the number?
You can call here to verify that that they were allowed to start work. You can call the number that I gave you to keep in touch
Okay.
with me.
Good
Okay.
job, Meg.
Right. Also, Mrs. Brown, I'm gonna the number, I found another number on the website to apply with hours of operation and a different phone number for customer service. So if you just want to take that down,
Okay.
you can. It is 215-448-2160. And they are Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. and on Fridays, 9 a.m. to noon.
Good.
Okay.
Megan, nice, Megan. That's good.
Thank
I
you.
like
Wait a
that.
minute. I didn't get that. Friday it's what?
Friday is from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m.
9 to 12. Okay.
Yes.
And that's 2160.
Yes, 448-2160.
Right.
You
Okay.
call that number if they start the work next to your house. Okay?
Correct.
No,
All
you're
right.
gonna call Megan's number if they start the work and she needs
Right.
to verify anything.
Okay.
The other number Megan just gave her is PHDC.
Yeah, the other number
You
they
need to
gave
call
you is
them
for the
first to get that
PC.
application
Okay.
started.
Yeah.
So
We're looking out
Philadelphia
in-
has, go ahead, I'm sorry, Megan.
So you can call that phone number that I gave you for May just to give me a status update so I can put notes into the system, and also to let us know that you filled out your application for PHDC, and to see if the contractor next door has in fact called for inspections prior to any work starting. Yes.
Yeah.
So what are we giving her, 90 days?
We'll give her 90 days.
And if you need more, let us know.
Yes.
Okay? All right.
And good,
You all right
and
with
good
that,
luck
Ms.
with
Brown?
your, good luck with your,
Okay.
Yeah,
with
good
your
luck
heart
with it, all
procedure
right?
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
Good
gonna,
gonna
luck
miss-
with your surgery.
Are you good, Miss Betty? Do you have everything you need?
yeah, I'm gonna call 1234 when I hang up. See if I can
Okay,
get,
okay.
see if I
And
can get
don't
in.
worry about this stuff. You're gonna get an operation tomorrow. Worry after you're done getting your operation. Okay?
Right.
You
All right,
can
Mrs.
call.
Brown.
I would call now just to get, find out what you need to do for the application.
Or at least get the application mailed to you, or
Correct,
to
right,
see if
like
you
Megan
can,
said.
right, or maybe you can apply online.
Yes, or they can
Okay.
send it to you.
Okay, Ms. Brown?
Uh, yeah, okay, question.
Sure.
Say he decides that he does not want to fix that property. Will you put in um a work order to demolish the property?
What would happen is if there is a permit issued and they do not start work and the area inspector would expire that permit, then what he would do is he would refer it over for equity court. And then I would research it and put a court folder together for it and send it over to our law department. So the city solicitors would serve notice to the owner of the property, letting them know that we were going to sue them for non-compliance of their violation. So
Okay.
no, it wouldn't be an immediate demolition, unless unforeseen circumstances. But no, we would push to put it in court first to get them to repair their property.
Okay, then I appreciate that.
Okay. Good luck and good luck with your operation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck, ma'am.
Great. Good.
And Phil, the numbers are wrong on the schedule. All right.
Okay. We'll get started.
Yep,
What-
the recording's on.
Okay, Tony. All right, here we go. My name's Wayne Miller, board member.
I'm Amy Rivera, board member, but I'll be recusing myself from this case.
Okay, see
Hello.
you.
Ted August, board member.
Brian McSherry, board counsel.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Jay Scoria, Department of License and Inspections.
Tony Mixit's the architect for the project.
Okay. Andrew.
I'm Andrew Cohen. I'm the property owner.
Okay, the thing is, I'm gonna swear you is in right now, and we're gonna start with Tony. Tony, please raise your, if you're gonna testify in a hearing, please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes,
Okay, Andrew, if you're gonna be testifying in the case, please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, good. Phil, read that into the record.
This is the item number listed as number 4 on today's list, MI 2023-007-179 for the
And
property.
Phil, this is,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry, Phil, this is 239 Bainbridge Street.
I'm sorry.
it's a third case, pal.
Sorry.
Good.
Gotcha. Okay.
I went out of order. I apologize.
No worries. This is item listed as number 5 on today's list, MI 2024-000-045 for the property located at 239 Bainbridge Street. The appellant is Anthony Mitsitz, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, sir, and
Sorry.
present in the room.
Okay, whoever's going to present the case, go ahead.
So we have an existing four-story row house in the Queen Village neighborhood. And we're adding about 176 square feet to the fourth floor. And I guess because we're adding to the fire area, we're required to sprinkler the entire house, which for an addition this small is kind of economically infeasible, especially since in the Queen Village neighborhood, the water pressure is so low that no matter which sprinkler system we use, whether it be the D or the R, we still need to put a new water service in.
Did you get a contractor to give you, take a sample to tell you that your water pressure's low, you would need a fire pump?
Yeah, so the contractor reached out to a sprinkler firm, and they said that that area of the city would need you would need another service and a pump, backflow preventer.
Oh, you definitely need a backflow preventer, yes. What were they charging you to do that?
It's about $40,000.
Wow. And what
So
are you adding on the fourth floor?
What's that?
What are you putting on, you adding the fourth floor there? Is that what you're doing?
There already is a fourth floor,
Okay,
but there's a deck on the front. So the fourth floor is at the rear. And then
Okay.
in the front, there's a deck, and we're infilling the deck to capture the space to put in a home office and a laundry room.
okay, so when you did that, that triggered the sprinkler, the sprinkler system.
Yes. Now, I don't know if this makes any difference, but when the house was originally built, so the lower level is partially below grade. So you can't access the rear yard from the back of the house. It's below grade, but it's not below grade enough to classify it as a non-story. Maybe at the time that it was built, it was considered a non-story, but according to the current code, I would have to raise the grade by 2 feet before it would comply with a non-story that would kick it into the 3-story house. But I believe it's a 4-story house because of that.
Jace, what's that, a cellar? They consider it a cellar?
Yeah, so if it's more than 6 feet above grade, that the bottom of the second floor level is considered a story. So what Anthony was saying is correct. If they're trying to utilize that exception for the municipal water supply, if they can't fully suppress the whole building without the installation of a new fire pump, that's the code section for, what was that, chapter 803 of the 2018 IEBC, exception 2. So if they could utilize that exception, the board could grant that variance, but they would need a statement from the fire suppression engineer for that. Did you get
Okay.
that? Did you get that, Anthony?
I don't have a formal statement,
Okay.
but we just have a verbal.
Well, I
And
think we
what-
do have an email from the contractor relaying what the engineer said. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, so you would just need a statement, a sealed statement from the engineer, but
Oh,
there's stamp
okay.
on it. So
Okay.
you can use that if the board uses.
If we decided to do that,
Right.
okay,
But
and
to
you,
answer your question, Wayne, like they already have a fourth floor level. They're only adding I think it was 170 square feet, correct? Anthony?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to see I have the existing plans and a picture of the front of the house if you wanted to see it. But the other thing is that currently the house is very open in its plan. So the stairway is open all the way to the fourth floor into the bedroom. The bedroom has no door. In the renovations, we're closing the bedroom off with a wall and door. So I don't know if that makes a difference in your decision that we're actually making the bedroom that it has a door and can close off from the stair shaft, whereas currently it's not, it's open to the stair shaft.
Okay, Ted, do you want to call us for a minute?
Yeah, just one quick question. What's the condition of the two adjacent properties on either side?
So the property to the west is a 4-story row house that is probably dates from the 1860s is my guess. It's got a 4th story under the roof with a dormer, brick facade, masonry construction. The property to the east, I believe, is 2 or 3. It might have a 3rd story setback that you can't see from the street. And Andy, can you confirm? And it's
It does. I'm looking at my window out it right now. Yeah, it has a 3rd story setback, but then the 4th story comes up to where, yeah.
The 3rd story. Yeah. So it's the east,
yeah.
the house to the east is relatively new. I would probably date it to the late 90s, early 2000s.
Anthony, is the contractor that gave you this information, is he a licensed suppression contractor with the city of Philadelphia?
Well, I had conversations with the general contractor who spoke with who he normally uses. So I'm assuming so if they're in the city, we're working on a project in the city that they would be.
Yeah, they do. Our contractor does work almost only in the city. They're mainly a city firm, so I assume their fire guy is a city.
There's a number of contractors in the city. Like usually, in order to do any type of work in the city, there's a contractor's license, and he has to be licensed with the city of Philadelphia for a fire suppression license. And if that makes a difference to what we're doing if he's a licensed suppression contractor, because usually they're legitimate contractors.
Right. I should also note that the house is a true type 3B construction where it's masonry, exterior non-combustible walls with the wood frame interior structure. We're maintaining that building type. And I think in the past, this building type was allowed to be 4 stories as a townhouse. I don't recall when the code actually changed.
Right.
To allow for all the wood construction we have today in the city, but it used to be where a row house had to be type 3B.
So Tony, where the addition closes against the building on the west, it'll essentially meet the existing party wall, or does it come up above that?
We have to raise that party wall slightly. It's a triangular area that we're building on top of the existing party wall. The one to the west is above is at the addition. So we're rising up alongside of it, and it's masonry.
And the construction of that sidewall on the one side where that building is lower, is that 1 hour rated or 2 hour rated construction?
It's 2 hour rated fire treated lumber, which is allowed in the code, I believe. I mean, I suppose we could make it masonry because it is masonry now, and we could just extend the masonry up. But the way that we have it in the current drawings is it's a 2 hour wood constructed wall, and the UL, let me see here, it's in the drawings. I have a UL number here. UL design 302, where it's all fire treated wood with 2 layers of 5/8 drywall.
Okay.
Ed, do you want to talk?
Sure. So
you got any other questions?
Nope. Yeah. See you in the breakout room.
All right, see you in the breakout room. As long as you can get, Anthony, we're fine to give the variance as long as we get a letter that states that and stamp that that the water pressure and things aren't up to snuff, that you would need a pump and you have to bring in new feeds and all, and you're only putting 166 square foot on on the project. So if you can get that for us, you can have the variance.
Sure. Do I send it to Jay?
You,
Uh,
well, the board members will generate a proviso with that, and then you can upload that, when the application opens up to Willow Jessup, and then you can upload it through Eclipse. You can send it to me as well. I'll have a backup with it.
So
Okay,
do I need to wait for that letter before I send this decision to the commissioner?
No, I think the proviso will state that a letter needs to be provided.
Okay,
and
okay.
As long as they provide the letter,
I
I think
just
they're
wanted
okay.
to make sure.
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
guys, good with that?
Yep.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, guys, good luck. All right?
Yep.
Thanks.
Thanks.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Okay. Our next group is
My name's Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Brian McSherry, Board Counsel.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Philip Motto,
Okay,
Boards
I'm gonna
Administration.
Oh, I'm sorry, Phil.
Jay
I'm gonna swear
Sullivan,
everybody in
Board
as
Counsel.
testifying, except for lawyers. We don't have to swear them guys in. They always tell the truth. So, what are you laughing about? But, is, Jessica, you gonna testify?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, Daniel, are you a lawyer? Daniel?
He's not.
Oh, he's not? Okay. All right, Daniel, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, Daniel, good. Sama, are you a lawyer? No?
No.
Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth? Okay. Alan, are you a lawyer? Alan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, we don't have to get, you don't have to swear. Is there anybody else going to be testifying? Okay, could you please raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, Miss, what's your name?
Catherine Robinson.
Oh, hi, Catherine. Okay, good. And Alan, you don't have to raise your hand, you're a lawyer. All right. Phil, could you put that into the record, please?
Yes, sir. This is item number 4 on today's list. MI 2023 007 179 for the property located at 1618 through 1622 Chestnut Street. Jonathan Bro is the appellant. He's present in the room.
Okay, whoever's going to present the case, please do.
Thank you. My name is Jonathan Bro with JKRP Architects. 1618 to 1622. Chestnut is an existing structure that was formerly used as an office building. The ground floor is currently occupied as a retail store for Old Navy, but the ground floor, the second floor, I should say. We are looking to convert the remaining floors, third and above, into residential units. Along the east and west facade of the building are existing windows, and we are proposing new windows as well. All of the windows on the east and west facades are along the property line. So these would not be compliant. So we are asking for an exemption to the requirement, and we would suggest, is when we've seen this in typical situations, that we would add a sprinkler head above each window in addition to whatever sprinkler heads are required for general coverage. And the sprinkler head would be a deluge type head that watches the windows. Is comparison to the other sprinkler heads.
Well, you'll have a 13 system in there, right? Because it's over, over 9 stories. Just a sprinkler head over the center of a window is what we normally ask for. But does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, Jonathan, can you go over, in the drawing set you gave, you have one photograph that shows the side of the building that has some windows in it. Can you go over where you'll also be adding windows on that elevation?
Yeah, are you able to pull that drawing up, or how does this work?
I guess I can.
You can share your screen.
Yeah, so if you, in the drawing, thank you. So sheet A3.2, which is showing, is the windows that are currently black and noted with an EX and an A. Those are the existing windows. The ones that are in orange are the new windows. So the windows are all in similar locations to current windows that are on the facade. It's just we're locating them on additional floors.
Okay. What would you say is the distance from that existing roof to that window? The new window?
I need something to lower the, from the parapet, it's approximately 2 feet.
Oh, are they tiny windows right above the parapet?
Yeah, they are. Those are smaller windows. Yes, correct. They're not dropping down below. And I also note that we have preliminary approval for the windows from Historic Commission, so we have had them review this.
And that's one elevation. So similarly here. Right, so these are all. And do we need the allowable percentage of openings? Or is we're not supposed to be any openings?
That's supposed to be the openings.
Anything else, Amy?
No, you're in a caucus?
Yeah, I think so, yes. Ted, were you there? Okay, well, let's go, we'll go to breakout room. We'll be right back, guys. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let me get this here. Okay. Here's what we came up with. On the east side, below level 7, we want a sprinkler head of each window, in the center line.
Okay.
On the west side, below level 5, we want the same thing, and that's existing and proposed.
Okay.
Okay?
But then above that, the windows would be approved as is, with no additional requirements.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, that's great.
Okay?
Great. Thank you.
We're
All
just
right,
trying
guys,
to
good
keep
luck.
any fire that's on a neighboring roof from affecting your windows. And we feel that a good 15 to 20 feet, we want that covered.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yes, the board want to also reference maybe if there's future
Oh,
construction,
Yes, if there's future construction
Oh,
on
yes.
either of the neighborhood properties, you're gonna have to seal all those windows.
Understood. And fortunately, those adjacent buildings are 20 feet wide, so the viability of going up higher is pretty unlikely, but we understand your concern.
Okay.
Okay. Good deal and good luck.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. All right.